Hi, I'm Kelly at Book and Paper Arts, and today I want to talk about using text in your art journal pages and other mixed media work. I sell book arts boxes, and there's a link to that in the text. And among other many charming things that are in the boxes, there are old papers like this. And some are print and text, and some are handwritten. And I often get the question from people who have bought a box. They say to me, wow, those are really beautiful, but am I actually supposed to use them in my work? And how do I do that? So this is a video to show you different ways that you can use text and handwritten pieces in your work. Now, if you don't have papers like this, that's fine. You can use anything that you have. Dictionary pages, pages from magazines, pages from newspapers or old novels. You can use anything, whatever you've got, improvise. First off, you can straight up draw on it. This is a handwritten letter, and this is one of my illustrated travel journals. And I glued the letter in and just used it as a page, and I drew my breakfast and then made some notes about it. I like to write about food. Don't judge. If you stick with me for the second part of the video, I'm going to show some different ways that different supplies and media look when you add them to text and draw into them. But first I want to show some ways quickly of how I use print and handwritten pieces in my fine art work. I'm going to show you some of my altered book pages. Here is an altered book cover, and I just used 2 small pages from random books and put them down, and now that's my canvas, and I added my focal points over that. Very easy, easy, easy. In this one, I took an old paper here and I just rough tore it asymmetrically to the eye, and I glued it across the book pages. I did that before I added my focal points, otherwise known as the fun parts. So just wanted to make my original canvas look interesting, have layers and texture. If you'd like to see a video about how I make these borders pop, there's also a link to that in the text. One of the ways that I like to use paper with writing on it is to hold a layout together, because my art journal pages and altered book pages are sometimes pretty fiddly and busy. By making a border like this and taking it all the way across both pages, the viewer does not see page, it sees one layout. It draws the viewer's eye and holds it together. Again, I've just rough torn it, didn't use it for the whole page. I've done the same thing here with a handwritten letter. It was just scrap in my scrap box, and just brought that right across. So all of these busy elements now hold together into one piece. In this book, I also tore some old pages, just tore them across diagonally into strips, diagonal strips. Then when I glued them down, I think it looks like torn wallpaper, and that is a look that I think is very mysterious and charming, and I really like it. And here's an example where I've just put down an entire letter, an entire handwritten document, I think it is, and that was my canvas starting point for my focal images. And in this book, you can see that I have again used just text, rough torn text, and added it before I did anything else to create lots of layer, distressed texture. And yeah, I thought there was one more. There it is. Here I took my rough torn piece vertically instead of diagonally or horizontally, and it's made a nice little canvas for these guys to play on. Okay, let's look at some of the different ways that your art supplies, your media will look on text if you just want to draw stuff. Now, these are charcoal pencils, but they have some color in them. I am not good at drawing. If you are good at drawing, I suggest that you take these ideas and run with them. If, like me, you are not good at drawing, I hope that you will take heart, because if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so that's the charcoal. This is just a plain old ordinary charcoal pencil. You can see you get a lot of grip there with the charcoal. Here we have a water-soluble pencil. This is actually it's called Ink Tense, and it is by Derwent. It's water-soluble, which means that it goes on dry, but once you activate it using some water, it starts to act like an ink or a paint. And you can even pick up a little bit of a wash here. Let's see. Add a little bit of speckling. Okay. Don't laugh, those are speckles. Okay, we're just going to activate those now. And so you could see that if you squint, that looks a little bit like a bird's egg, and that could be the start of some kind of a journal page thing. This is another water-soluble thing that I like a lot. This is the XL graphite chunky blocks, and they're also by Derwent. And they give a lot of color and coverage. And again, you can pick it up here as a wash. But if you do not have something as fancy as that, don't worry, because something that really works well on this paper is the Humble Soft Chalk Pastel. And you probably have this already in your art toolbox, and if you don't, you can get it, and they're very cheap. So I'm just going to put down some color swatches to show you how much really, really zippy resolution you're going to get there if you're drawing into text or coloring or just doing some mark making. You know, add a little bit of border, add some interest to your page. If you've got some blank spots, I do that a lot. Finally, if you don't have any of this, that's okay too, because you can just use a pencil or a pen. And you're still going to get a lot of fun from that single, that's a coffee cup. Okay. If the ink in your pen is water soluble, and there's only one way to find out, you can actually pick up a little bit of a wash there as well. So that's another idea, even if you're just using a pen. Here I painted a block of gesso because if I want to add some text, it's going to need a little bit more so that it doesn't get lost in the print text already. So you can also do that. But it still left some of the letters underneath. So that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a comment or a question, and subscribe because YouTube will like me better if you do. If you do like this video, please go to my website and subscribe to my online newsletter where you will get video lessons like this, free downloads, and the odd pep talk in your inbox every other Sunday. So until then, please get up and go make something.